Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. What are you waiting for, Jeff? Come on, this is your
Welcome
cue.
to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everyone? Chip didn't hear the drum roll. Big news today. Big news. Bull market coming, maybe, for the
Tomorrow.
crypto space. High crypto prices coming. Prices coming, maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe not. We'll see, but that's big news. And XRP, Chip, to 50 cents.
Please stop the excitement, Jeff. I can't take it all, really. It's too much. It's too much to take. You guys ready? Let's go. Let's do this.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Welcome everybody down the chain. Yes, we are on YouTube tonight. We got a lot of crypto stories to tell. Crypto is more prevalent on YouTube, and then we do more the political slam. But now we got a half and half show for you tonight because we got to talk about some stuff. There's some stuff going on we got to talk about, so we're gonna definitely get to it. So drop where you guys are coming in from. I saw that Matt LaRoche is coming in from Australia, and we're going to talk about the wave of innovation Gold Coast that Jeff and I will be emceeing. This is a very amazing honor that's been bestowed upon us, and we are very excited. We want to find out who of you is going to be joining us there. Ray, Run, you coming? What do you got there, Ray? You coming? Sophie?
We'll be
heading down there.
Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be awesome.
Everyone's going to be there. So the big news today, well, there's a lot of news going on, but a lot of things that happened today is there was some misinformation that was shared about Ripple. So first thing we heard was, oh my gosh. So Zach's XBT tweeted this out or posted this on X. It appears Ripple was hacked for 213 million XRP, 112 million USD, and then he put the address. And so far, the stolen funds have been laundered through MEXC, Gate, Binance, Kraken, OKX, HTX, all basically a bunch of different exchanges. And of course, Chris Larson kind of brought everyone back to earth. Now, when you hear that Ripple got a hack, all of a sudden people started freaking out and price drop, right, Jeff?
Yep.
People are freaking out because they're like, oh my God, Ripple got hacked. No, that's not what happened. So Chris Larson chimed in and said yesterday there was an unauthorized access to a few of them, Jeff, just a couple of them he had laying around, a few of his personal XRP accounts. That wasn't Ripple. We were quickly
just have a couple 100 million in that.
There's a few of them. To be honest with you, I forgot about them.
I lost track of that.
I didn't even know I had them, really, to be honest. And he got tipped off. So he probably was like, oh, a few of them, he's like, he's got a bunch of, treasures and, he's got just a ton of them. He probably opens a drawer and they all just fall out. He has them numbered.
It's always a problem. He's got XRP just piling up, just pouring out of the drawer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I hate when that happens.
He says, we were quickly able to catch the problem and then notify exchanges to freeze the affected addresses. Law enforcement is already involved, right? So what, Jeff, when you hear that the chairman, one of the co-founders of Ripple, his wallet got one of his few personal ones that got hacked, what do you think about that? What comes to mind?
I'll tell you, Gary Gensler.
Okay. So I'd love to hear this. How does this? He's always in your mind, living rent free, Jeff, in your brain.
He's rent free in the first thing I think about is Gary Gensler talking about the SEC Twitter account was hacked. So that's the first thing I think about. Then the second thing I think about is what the F? Why is his address being hacked? And this goes back to the whole premise that Main Street is going to be scared to get involved until there's a larger third-party protector in place to make sure things like that don't happen.
Yeah, because this is why people laughed at me, but that's why I was excited about the banks, because I don't care. People trust the banks, quite honestly.
That's right.
The keys in his Porsche too. Yeah. So people trust banks. It's like, hey, that's where everyone keeps their money. And if you could go in your banking app and just hit buy and it's stored in your bank account, right?
It's safe.
Not your crypto, not your keys, but a bank, it would be yours, right? And it'd be better if it was FDIC in the States, which is backed up to like 250,000.
250,000.
Right? I mean, that would be something.
Not
but
can you imagine how many accounts you have to have for all that money? Man, you got to have a lot of accounts.
a lot of accounts, but it's also so complicated. It's, I mean, anytime anyone's moved it off of, you purchase it on exchange, you move it to your cold storage wallet, and there's that heart attack second. You're like, it's been 8 seconds. Where is it? What's going on? Refresh, and then,
No,
oh,
I
there
got
it
it.
is.
Processing. It's processing. Has it gone through yet? I don't know.
And then if you're moving Bitcoin, that's a whole other thing. You see that it's processing, but you don't know where it is,
For like
and it
48 hours.
eventually shows up, or ETH or whatever. If you're one of these other coins, it's not 4 to 6 seconds, and it never is 4 to 6 seconds because my heart stops 6 times by the time it hits the 10th, 12th second. To be honest with you.
All right. Mark Smithson is late. Wants to know if we can start from the beginning. So here we go.
You didn't miss. This is the beginning right here. This is it. You didn't miss much today, Mark. Now, when
Big
you're rolling
news.
around E30, that's a different story. Like half past.
Big news today.
Yeah. G'day, champion. Steve Willits. Steve Willits, are you going to the Gold Coast event? I want to hear from you. You better be going to the Gold Coast. Tell them
Anybody
Jeff,
in Australia can make it. That's how it is. Australia's not that big, right? It's just that little tiny island. It's that little tiny island somewhere over there in the ocean.
Well, everyone lives around the coast and stuff. I mean, it's not like someone's
and nobody lives inland. Does anybody live in inland in Australia?
They do live somewhat
or is that
inland,
like jungle or something?
It's jungle, man. So many different cool sceneries.
You know what's terrifying about Australia are their bugs. They got these massive size prehistoric bugs that are just terrifying.
They got trapped on that island, Jeff, and they never escaped. Yeah, and they've got these man-bait. What are these things? These bugs they have. They have some kind of like bugs, and I'm like, what are these bugs? And apparently they're a cross between a shrimp and a lobster. That's what Matt LaRoche was telling me. I don't know what that's even called.
What did you
Only
say?
Aboriginals, they know better. They're like, we don't want to. We just don't mess with. We don't deal with the politics. We have our own politics. We'll run our own thing the way we want.
On the inside of the country.
That's the way it works, says Ray Ross.
But on the inside of the country, that's probably where all the scary bugs are.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a buddy of mine. I don't want to say he was in Afghanistan. He was working there, and he showed me like he was on a military base, and he showed me these bugs, and I really didn't think it was real. These things were massive, Jeff. They were running like fast and jumping on fences, and I was like, and he said every once in a while they'd get inside the barracks, and I was like, no, man, that's just not for me. I don't need giant things that can suck my face off. I don't need that.
I type Beatles on Australia, and all I get is music. All right, I need living beetles in Australia, or crustacean. What are beetles? Not crustaceans. What is?
There it is, right there. There it is. The Moreton Bay bugs. We're pulling this up right now, Jeff. Can you pull that up?
I'm looking this up right now. A Moreton Bay bugs.
I don't even know.
I thought it might be a shrimp or something.
Like the first thing I think of that is I think of Klaus Schwab's like, you're gonna eat bugs, you're gonna love it, you're gonna own nothing, you're gonna
How do you
be
cook them?
Man,
it looks like a mini lobster of sort.
Why don't you put it up there, Jeff, so we can all understand what you're going through there.
Let's pick one. Let me pick a good one first.
The Moreton Bay bugs. Man, I don't know. This is what I mean. Why is it a bug?
I don't know.
There it is. It looks like a lobster-ish, sort of a shrimpish sort of a thing.
Like a crawfish.
It does look like a crawfish a little bit.
Moreton Bay bugs versus lobsters.
Oh, Jeff, do you like crawfish? Will you suck off the head? You like those?
Not a big crawfish fan, but look at this. It's not really a lobster, not really a crawfish, not really a fish.
It's a Moreton Bay bug, Jeff. If you want to be honest, I mean that's what it is. That's why they call it. They didn't know what to call it. They're like, just call it a Moreton Bay bug.
But if you see that thing in reality, though, look at that. It looks pretty scary. Look at all those feet.
Doesn't bother me. It looks yummy. I gotta be honest. I think it's tasty.
Over here, maybe.
Steve Willits says it's like asking you to go to Alaska from Florida. Okay. Yeah, the camel spider is what I was talking about.
That's a lobster.
Crazy
That's
looking.
A crawfish. That was that thing. Look at that.
I love when we talk about crypto or politics, and then we go off, just totally go off on a tangent on the Moreton Bay bugs and camel spiders.
You eat that thing? Look at that.
I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I would. Of course I would. I'd eat anything. I love food.
Once you put anything on the grill, it's gonna be good. It doesn't matter. You grill it, it's gonna be succulent.
Yeah.
That's the camel spider.
I'm seeing if it's a camel spider. If it's the ones I'm thinking about, these are giant.
Great.
Oh, this is a crazy video.
See? It's exactly what I was thinking. Face sucking alien movie things. It's exactly what these things look like. Look at that. That's like a terrifying animal. Look at that. That's the thing that comes in and like invades into your body, like goes into your throat, like inhabits your body and takes over.
And it just busts through your stomach, and it's like Morton Bay bugs. I can't be afraid of something with a
terrifying.
There's something called Morton Bay bugs. Sounds fun, Jeff. It can't be that difficult. Can't be that weird.
Do you eat raw steak, Chip?
I have eaten raw steak. Yes, I have. I just had one not too long ago at one of our favorite Mediterranean restaurants. What was that called? What do they call it?
Steak tough dog.
Yeah, it
No,
was good.
raw kibbe.
Yeah,
Well, it depends where you go. If you're in the middle,
kibbe. I just had some kibbe like about a month ago.
Raw kibbe.
It's excellent.
Good stuff.
I like raw
it.
steak. I like anything. I like raw fish. I like it all. It's all good. So let's go back to this. So anyway, Chris Larson, that was kind of a departure.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
Back on track here. Here we go.
Oh, we're talking about Chris Larson.
So Thomas Silkjar, he's an esteemed member of the XRP community, but he said, we received a tip yesterday from Whitebit of suspicious deposits. 100 million deposit here, 20 million. It's like, of course, which led to an unraveling of a huge network of accounts involved in this case. We alerted Chris as soon as we realized, like, he has like he's like got a direct connection. We alerted him. It's like, hey, Chris, listen, man, your wallet got hacked. Like, how do you notify him? Do you send him a DM? Do you have his phone number? Do you call him at Ripple? How do you notify him? Well, we alerted Chris as soon as we realized what was going on. Chris didn't know because it was one of his many XRP accounts.
Thomas Silkjar. That's cool.
Yeah. And then he worked tirelessly for the past 18 plus hours collaborating with our good, he finishes it down here, with our good friends over at GateHub. That's Ziga Carrick, sharing data with exchanges involved in the matter, sharing data with Chris and his team by collecting information for further processing and investigation by Chris's team, and then law enforcement. Dude, this is a big thing. This is like more important than what actually happened. Thomas Silkjar is on the case. He's working to uncover and unravel this stuff for law enforcement. Like, this guy's a hero. Okay. Chris didn't even know about it. He's like, I don't know. He goes, do I have those XRP accounts? Yeah, they're your wallets. Okay. At this moment, I can't share more details. I can, however, reiterate as usual that some exchanges are much more responsive than others. Thanks for the collaboration. He didn't call out the ones that aren't, Jeff, but there's a few that we're not so cooperating. That's what happens. Then Brad Garlinghouse chimed in. He says, given some irresponsible speculation and reporting, I want to reiterate that no Ripple managed wallets were compromised. Full stop.
Full stop. Just his own. That's it.
Yeah, it was just Chris's, one of Chris's many.
Just one of the main guys of Ripple. That's all. Not
just the chairman. Somehow the chairman's wallet got hacked. Nobody knows.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Don't worry, but just rest assured. Ripple, full stop.
Ripple's all set.
But he's got a good point, Jeff. I mean,
I don't know.
There was all this doom and gloom because someone said Ripple wallet got hacked. That's a little bit different than Chris Larson's wallet got hacked.
A lot different. Yeah.
If somebody said Hedera's or XLM, like they're you know what I mean, like an organization. It's just it is irresponsible.
I can see, Chris is on the internet. Things happen. People get in. They can get stuff. Whatever. Made a transgression somewhere. Click something by mistake. I would hope that the Ripple wallets are solidly, completely offline. Like there's nothing else going on on that computer, however they're going to access it, wherever they keep it. It's in a closed ecosystem.
You see this, Jeff? In Australia, we never sleep with our mouths open. It's a good point. That's a very good point.
Grumbler is saying, I can't. Let's see if you can read it. Should have just copy and paste into our own chat, but just add Old Bay spice and it tastes like lobster or shrimp. Now, if you have to add a spice to get it to taste like something else, that's telling me it's not tasting okay to begin with. Now, does it taste okay? Like if you eat it on its own, be like, man, that has an amazing taste. Like I don't want it to taste like shrimp or lobster. I want it to have its own kind of flavor.
Well, Jeff, I mean,
kind of like eating escargot. It's like, oh, I put this spice on it. It tastes just like shrimp. No, man, escargot's got to have its own thing.
Okay. You're a purist. I see where you're going with this. But Jeff, everyone has that can of Old Bay spice that's like, who even knows if it ever expires? But the only time you ever use it is if you're cooking like shrimp or lobster. It's like
right.
It's like, does it have another purpose? I don't even know if it does. Karma Carmichael's here. What's up,
Nice.
OTC fam? What's up, Carmichael? You
Up,
heading down to on down under with us? I hope to hear
down,
that you are, man.
up, over. You boys will be drinking beer with Waza
Hell
next
yeah,
door.
we will be. Be tugging at that beer, man. That beard, like he's probably hiding
All right.
stuff in that.
Tastes like chicken. No, that's another one. Like eating frog legs or so. It tastes just like chicken.
Well, technically, it's not next month; it's the following month, but it's close enough. I mean, tomorrow will be the first, so it's the first where you guys are. So I guess you're right.
It's like Chip. Have you ever had venison?
It's a little too gamey for me, Jeff. I'll be honest with
Venison
you.
doesn't taste like steak.
Does not taste anything like steak. Doesn't even taste like chicken. It tastes gamey.
Now, if you put a little bit of spice on it, can you get it to taste like steak? But
No,
why would you
you
want
can't.
to? You want to have it. It's like eating liver. Like eat liver. It's kind of that. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good. And I'm not a big fan of liver.
Well,
like
that's where the
dry
organ
and
that's where all the toxins are for the animal, Jeff, and the liver. What do you want to eat that for?
eat liver. Or how about tongue?
I've had tongue. It's not
Very
bad.
strange. But
My great grandfather who
good
came over
venison.
from Italy, Jeff, he
It's
was
really good.
that was the one thing that he had. Like if you ever came over, you had to go, and you would always pull it out of the the cow tongue. And you'd always like, ooh, you'd always stick it in front of your because it's a big tongue. He loved cow tongue.
Crocodile. Now I've had alligator.
I've had alligator, but not
Over
croc.
here, you can get alligator tail, but never had crocodile.
Never had croc either. Oh, that's why I
Chip,
want to eat.
we have crocodiles
Dude, I
here.
only want to eat Aussie foods. I don't want to eat if it's like an Aussie recipe
Yeah,
or made.
exactly.
That's all I want to eat. I want to drink
I want
Aussie beer.
Aussie
That's what I want to do.
hamburgers, Aussie steaks.
Waz is going to teach us how to eat, be like a native. That's what he's going to do.
We're gonna eat hamburgers over there, just like a native.
Just like a native, Jeff. Just like a native. We'll do that too. So put some ghost chili sauce on it. Tastes like lava. There you go. Oops. Broadcasting on YouTube and Rumble tonight. We pulled a quick one on you, Jim D.
We pulled a fast one.
We pulled a fast one.
Tricking you.
That's exactly what we did. So Tony Edward from Thinking Crypto chimed in on this. Listen to this, Jeff.
Emu burger.
He says,
man, emu's like buffalo. That would be
emus are cool animals. He said, I'll get a ton of hate for this, but I'll always keep it real with you guys. I have no emotional or religious connections to any tokens. Religious? Jeff, do you have any religious connections to a token?
Only to Bitcoin.
Only to hashtag Jesus coin? Is that the one? Hashtag Jesus. I don't know. He's talking about a religious connection. We got to get Tony back on here. I need to dissect some of his tweets. I don't know what's going on with this kid. Man.
I get an emotional connection, but
a religious connection. I think he's
doesn't
kind of talking about people a little bit too emotional, but I am an XRP holder. Okay, fair enough. He says, listen to this, Jeff. This is crazy. I think it's time for Chris Larson to distance himself from Ripple. What? As much as possible. And in 2022, he donated to Greenpeace to launch a campaign to lobby for the change of the Bitcoin code. At the time, I tweeted this was a horrible move, bad optics all the way around within the SEC lawsuit still ongoing. Dude, what do you think about this post on X so far?
I don't know. Is that true, though? Did he donate to Greenpeace to campaign and lobby for a change of Bitcoin? What does Greenpeace have to do with Bitcoin?
I don't remember if it was Greenpeace, but I do remember hearing about lobbying to get the Bitcoin. I think because the whole idea that it uses a lot of power.
Not energy efficient.
You got to remember something, Jeff. These are very liberal organizations. Everybody in there. No one ever just says like, "Oh, you were in the Trump administration? Come on over and work at Ripple." No, it doesn't work like that. Right. Wait, you're
Trump. You're in.
You're a conservative.
Straight over to Ripple.
Sure. Get out of here.
You're in. Come on, let's go.
Wait, you were one of the you worked in the Biden administration? Man, open doors, people. Open doors.
Open door policy.
When you go sign, like when you go to the application, it's like when you go fill out an application, like the first couple questions, they seem okay. They're fair enough. It's like, hey, your name, your email and stuff. And it starts getting into stuff like, who did you vote for in the last election round?
Yeah.
And then it's right. And then it's like, and you're like, I don't know, should I answer this? I mean, and then it says things like, on a scale of yes or no, do you believe in climate change? By the way, none of those are really on there. I'm just playing around a little bit, but you get the point, right? I mean, you get the point where this is going. So I was just shocked.
How many C19 shots did you get?
This many, Jeff.
No, I'm talking about on the application.
Oh yeah, that's it. I mean, there was no zero to choose from.
Six or more, you're in.
There was 1, 2.
Under 6.
That was the booster. How many boosters did you get? 15. 15 boosters. I get COVID every 3 weeks.
There's no such thing as a boost.
So Jeff, he went scorched earth on Chris Larson. Tony Edward from Thinking Crypto. He goes, now Chris's personal XRP's been hacked, and you can imagine the headlines that will follow. Whoa.
Yeah, we saw
all
the
of this
headline.
is bad for Ripple equity holders and XRP holders. Jeff, how is it bad for? Explain this.
Bad
What's
for the crypto space?
Yeah, but it was immediately like Chris Larson was on it right away, that and Garlinghouse clarified it, and then there were news articles that it wasn't Ripple.
Yeah.
I have confidence in Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz and the vision they have for Ripple, but not Chris Larson and XRP. But Chris Larson is causing more. Wait, how is Chris Larson causing more problems with these? What situations? His wallet got hacked. I mean, nobody's immune from that. This is just I wish we could just like can we just get Tony in here right now? What's he talking about? I don't know.
Tony, where are you, Tony?
Tony, put the bat phone out for the Thinking Crypto.
Tony,
get him on the show. I don't know what he's talking about, but
I don't know what he's thinking, man. And why are you going to go after? I mean, you just had Schwartz on. Now you're going to go after Chris Larson. You're going to be like us. You're going to be banned from the Ripple interview platform.
Yeah, we're not allowed to. We're
not allowed to we talk about XRP. We're super lively, cover lots of topics, and then hey, you want to be on the chain? I gotta go ask the other one. I'll talk to you later.
See, we're not allowed to interview anybody from there.
Not allowed to.
To be honest, they'd probably have the most fun here because we like to laugh a little bit. We're not like, what do you think?
If we brought Brad on here, imagine David on here would be awesome.
David won't come on. He won't come on the show. It's really ridiculous. I mean,
it'd be so
people lobbied him for a long time. So look at this. Here it is, right? Greenpeace crypto billionaire, or Greenpeace, crypto billionaire lobby to change Bitcoin code. Change the code campaign will run ads in the next month. Ripple co-founder Larson provides $5 million to finance the effort. Okay. Chris Larson, yesterday there was unauthorized access to it. Okay, that was just this thing, but he's saying these kind of situations. Now, who do you lobby exactly to change the Bitcoin code? Like who?
And why Greenpeace?
Satoshi Nakamoto? I mean, like nobody even knows who or he or she is. Nobody even knows.
You're gonna be like XBTC, like the XRP version of BTC. Why would you lobby the BTC coin?
I don't know, Jeff.
You've got XRP. Isn't that enough? Don't worry about Bitcoin. Let the Bitcoin be Bitcoin. You worry about your own thing. Get XRP over 50 cents, and we're happy. Don't worry about the $43,000.
Get over $5. We're starting to get smiling.
Right. Bitcoin's doing just fine without your intervention and all that other nonsense. Just focus on your own thing. Try to figure that part out.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird sort of a thing, Jeff. I don't quite understand it, but I wanted to talk about this next one. So let's talk about what's going on.
Tony is Satoshi.
There you go. Now we understand why he's mad. Now that makes a lot of sense, to be honest with you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Wave of Innovation, this is the organization. It's a nonprofit, by the way. This is not a money-making thing like a lot of things that these are put together of this nature. This is purely a lot of people's time and energy to make something great for the community. Exciting update. Gear up for Neil Smith's keynote on the tools of Web3 at the XRP Gold Coast 2024, happening at the end of March. Mark your calendars, 22nd through the 24th of March 2024. Neil Smith, the seasoned senior technical manager at Ripple. There's going to be 4 speakers from Ripple, by the way. With over 20 years of experience, will unveil the tools shaping the Web3. Join Neil on a journey through his extensive career, delivering enterprise blockchain solutions in the Asia Pacific and the Middle East. Discover the latest advancements and insights into solution design and service delivery for enterprise and government customers with an MBA in computing from Charles Sturt University. Neil's armed with the technical industry qualifications that make him a true authority. And this is a big baller right here. This guy's, Neil's not just some, low-level guy. And don't miss the unique opportunity. Go to Gold Coast. I'm going to go ahead and put this. Let's just put this inside there so you guys can.
I've got it here. I've already got drop it in there and I'll put the website up. But I got to do the drum roll first. Ready?
Do the drum roll, please.
Look at that.
Boom, just like that. Bam.
XRP Gold Coast. Check that out. This is what's really cool is there's this whole community over in Australia. Australia's got like this whole economic community. They got the whole, thing going on over there. And it's just growing and it's amazing. Great things happening over there. and it's so
You know,
far removed, but we got all these people over here, they join us here on the chain. It's exciting. It's really exciting to be, to be a little bit of a part of the XRP community and the crypto community over in Australia. That's exciting to me. Those guys seem a little bit further advanced than we are over here.
oh, they're way to Jeff. They're further advanced. They're like eons. They're like maybe decades ahead when it comes to that. But here's what's cool about it too. Let's say you guys like, oh, guys, I'd love to do that, but whatever. There's gonna be a virtual pass, so you can actually buy a virtual one. It's not that expensive either, Jeff. You can go to the tickets, but you can watch this virtually. I think it'll start at like 1 a.m. maybe, but you can actually watch it virtually, which is cool, depending on where you are in the world. But
John
Deegan will be there. Jay Kimbo from Spend the Bits, of course. Crypto Eddie, one of the
let's click this link here.
Best that our community has, without a doubt.
Look at that. Look at that. Crypto Eddie, John Deaton, Aaron McDonald from Futureverse, Jay Kimbo.
I'm super excited about Aaron McDonald. I mean, this is going to be phenomenal. I mean, the Futureverse, Jeff, is incredible, quite honestly.
The masked bearable bull.
The mask is coming off, Jeff. We're going to hold it.
Bill Morgan, Lisa Edwards, and Sadaf Jadron, strategic consultant, and then, of course, Chip and Jeff.
We'll be there as well. We'll be emceeing the event. Absolutely.
We are going to MC like nobody's ever MC'd before.
It's going to be fun, Jeff. We're going to have a blast doing that. Bill Morgan, of course, will be speaking as well. You got, keep going. Let's see. Keep going. Sit out your end. Yep.
Professor, author, and blockchain expert, Maria Pion.
Action-packed. There's a lot going on at this conference, man.
Jerome Fowry, Aaron McDonald, Lisa Edwards, Jeff Moai from Moai Finance. And here's where it is. Look at that. Right there at RACV, Royal Palms Resort, Gold Coast. That's somewhere in Australia. I can't tell you where.
Well, Dirk will be there as well. It's a sponsor.
What's that?
Dirk from Expector will be there as well, which would be cool to hang out with him and see him again.
Virtual. You want a virtual ticket?
Get the virtual ticket, guys. If you can't watch it, this is going to be great. There it is. Virtual pass on sale now.
If you felt FOMO over the XRP Gold Coast 2024, then FOMO no more. Super excited. Reveal what we're offering. Virtual experience. You can join in the excitement of all amazing events happening at the conference from anywhere in the world. That's pretty cool. You can see it anywhere. Now let's go check out this cool resort. Accommodations. It's going to happen. Oh, that's today. No, that's not today. What date is that? That's January 24th. Let's see. This is what I want to see. Exhibitors.
They went on sale, but they went on sale, but
here we go. Who's exhibiting?
So
we don't know yet.
Okay, let's move on, my friend. Guys, I want to hear you guys are coming there. Are you guys going? What's the future? You have Futureverse and Expector, both the most two important verses,
Oh, look at that. They got music.
Of course. We went to go.
Oh, there it is.
Shutdown's waiting to go down.
Yep. Let me end this. Let me start it again, just so we can see this brief, exciting intro. Then everyone's going to want to be there. I mean, who's going to want to miss this? Look at this place. Holy cow. Look at this.
Is there sound playing or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Look at that. Beach.
It's South Beach of Australia.
Man. Oh, look at that bar.
Yeah, it's a world-class resort, Jeff.
Dude, I'm excited.
Phenom. Amazing accommodations. Amazing event space.
Jeff,
awesome. Play the other one of the Gold Coast. There's a Gold Coast video there as well, if you can play it. I don't know if it's still there. It used to be there. There it is right there. Yep. Go ahead and click on that.
Get up, get out of your bed now.
Man. Not doing that.
I'm doing the music part for sure.
Man. Okay, that's the boat.
The Gold Coast is famous for fun. To find your kind of fun, check out visitgoldcoast.com or find
There you
What?
go.
Dude,
There you go. That's like, there's an amusement park. There's all kinds of stuff to do there, man. It's like
that is
think of it
awesome.
as South Beach in Miami of Australia. That's what it looks like to me.
That's
That's
so
what I'm
cool.
sticking with, and I'm staying with it, Jeff.
Is that the same one we know? That's a different one. Look at that
There's
one.
Fines,
Look at
that's
that area.
phenomenal, Jeff. Phenomenal. That's why I say,
think they-
guys, who's coming down there? What this would be the most amazing event. That's
Oh, look at that. It's a nice room. Look at that room. It's a beautiful space.
I tell you, it's a world class resort.
Hanging out over there in the lounge. Hydrate
That's
bar.
where you'll be hanging out, Jeff, right there at the Hydrate Bar. You know what I mean?
Won't be there.
Getting a little bit of some vittles and maybe a little.
Oh, they just got wine just sitting out on the table. Come on. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Right? Look at this. Imagine the amount of fun we're gonna have there, Jeff.
I'm liking
Amazing.
it. They did a good job. Good choice. Good choice. All right. Man, it's a great choice. Good location.
Phenomenal.
Good job, guys.
Phenomenal. All right, let's go in here. So here's some other news here. So Yoshitaka Kitao.
He's got a Speedo. There
You
you
gotta
go.
have that back, man. So Yoshitaka Kitao, who is the CEO founder of SBI Bank, he said announcement of addition of Flare to staking service. First domestic Flare staking service launched. This is a big deal, Jeff.
Oh, shit. Look at this. Matt LaRoche, thank you. I worked there.
Oh yeah, you do.
Look at
I think
that.
Matt was responsible for. And look at right here, Hugo Filion also commented, Flare staking enabled by SBI VC Trade. This is great news. Yoshi and SBI official, thank you very much. This is cool, man. This is like big. This is how you get adoption. I mean, look at Flare. They're starting to just really sort of get their legs, got off the boat, got their sea legs sort of handled, and now they're really making some stuff and layer cake and all. There's so much good stuff that's coming up. I'm super bullish on Flare. Super excited about it. Really, this project is phenomenal.
That's right.
What do
Did you see this comment? An instance of non-thinking critical.
Oh, come on, man. It's just Tony went scorched earth. This is like, I was shocked about that. He went
Yeah,
totally.
Can't get over that. We had to take a sidetrack to view the beautiful grounds of the Gold
Yeah,
Coast place.
we had to
Can't
do
get over
that. That's
Tony
beautiful. I'm getting
going
excited,
to-
Jeff. Excited. I can't wait to eat those Morton Bay bugs. It's gonna be phenomenal.
That's right. We're gonna be
So-
hanging out over here, Chip.
I'm gonna be hanging under that mushroom right there.
Right under there.
Under that
Maybe.
mushroom, keeping, it'd be great. And look at this. So Pocahontas, right? Elizabeth Warren.
Nope.
She's up to her old tricks again of just espouting just garbage out of her mouth. Just because you said it doesn't mean it's true. But look at this, Jeff. She said, let's remember every single Republican in Congress voted against capping insulin at $35 a month for seniors, against letting Medicare negotiate lower drug prices, against limiting overall drug prices for seniors, against putting money in people's pockets. But don't worry, Jeff, because Corn Pop was a bad dude chimed in and he said, stop the misinformation. You know that's not the entire story. Tell everyone on X what else was in the bill. Playing dishonest politics at its worst. And in case you forgot, Trump already signed the executive order to cap insulin and Biden canceled it. So then he did it a year later, sign his own executive order, and then he took credit for it. Politicians are so dishonest and don't even attempt to mask it anymore.
That's
What do you
right.
think about this, Jeff? This is ridiculous. Don't you remember when Trump talked about it? Now, if you look at there's a couple things that the Biden administration hitting the campaign trail is touting that they accomplished.
Nothing.
And taking this from Trump, like canceling it and then reissuing it, and now it's yours. Come on, man. This is plain dumb.
Well, yeah. I mean, where do you start with those guys? I mean, Biden was a plagiarist from day one, cheated in school, cheated in law school. He should never have been able to graduate law school. He said he graduated at the top of his class, graduated at the bottom of his class. He was almost last, like right at the bottom after cheating, should have been kicked out. You cheat in law school, that should be like ethics violation, you're out. But no, they're like, yeah, well, you get to stay, and then you're bottom of your class. Then you come out, you don't practice, you run for Congress, then you plagiarize someone else's speech, run for Senate, plagiarize someone else's speech, run for president the first time, plagiarize someone else's speech, get caught, and they call you out on the news, and all the media outlets are like, call them out on plagiarism, has to step down from running for president for the first time years ago. Now, if you take that, you plug it into today, and is anyone shocked that there's all this cheating and shenanigans going on? It's just like you got the perfect person in there, and then they look at Trump and they're like, that guy's a cheater. I'm like,
Jeff,
let's see.
if you don't think shenanigans happened in the primary, like he was getting crushed. He was polling at 1%, and all of a sudden he comes in and wins mysteriously. Nobody knows how it happened. It just was one of these, and he never pulled over like 1 or 2% the 2 other times he ran, right? In 1927.
I didn't invent the trip on 1927. That's right.
And you know what? One of the symptoms of like dementia is like when you start yelling. When he gets in that, he gets angry. Like he starts yelling for no reason. He's in the middle of talking. He's like, "And you know what else happened?" He starts yelling. I'm like, "Oh man, come on, dude. Let's just chill out. Just get off the stage. Look at this." Yeah. How the hell? So Snoop Dogg now says.
Plug.
Now, after Snoop Dogg went against Trump, he said he was now a fan of Trump, and now Lil Pump is showing off his new Trump tattoo to 14 plus Instagram. The rappers aren't afraid. Look at this, Jeff.
Dude.
Lil Pump, look at this.
You gotta love that, man.
Like it's not cool to like Trump again. It was like before it was not good, and Snoop was saying bad things. Then they started showing all these pictures of Trump and Snoop before he ran for president. It's like, okay, you guys are I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it's like
wake up, and they're like, oh shit. Maybe my life was better before.
Now, something amazing happened today. Josh Hawley went full. You want to talk about scorched earth on Mark Zuckerberg on the Zuck.
Zuck.
He Zuck big time, man. This is something really very impressive. So let's pull up this video here. Let me see if I can grab it.
The big sucker man. You find it?
I cannot find it for some reason. I know I downloaded it. That is so weird. Hang on. Let me just see. There he goes.
You got it?
I titled it Zuck got caught.
Man.
Here we go. But this is a short exchange from Josh Hawley with Mark Zuckerberg. And this right here was wow moment.
Don't take any action. You didn't take any action. You didn't fire anybody. You haven't compensated a single victim. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now? Well, they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't
So that's all we had on that. It was actually a really good exchange, but that's all we had. But
right.
What do you think about that? Oh, that could have been it. That could have done him in. But I mean, that's something else. I mean, that's like admission right there, getting up and apologizing, and the fact that these families, with their kids, and it's just horrific what's happened on that platform over there, and
there's just too much, just too much stuff that's gone on, But think about, what's happened on their platform, but then go beyond that. Think about what's happening with the open border. and the abuse of individuals coming across the border and the kids and everything else that's happened, systematic abuse, um, by whether it's the cartels or, whoever is operating here, or maybe there's, the politicians are getting some kick out of this whole thing. Maybe they're getting a little kickback. Who knows? Look at Cori Bush is going down. Fannie, what's her name, is going down. She hired her boyfriend for like $650,000, and he doesn't have the right experience to do that. But she hires them, and then they're running around the world on fancy trips and all sorts of stuff. And, crazy stuff happens. But at the end of the day, they get caught.
Well, they
Eventually,
do. How about
eventually,
Cori
some of them fall.
Cori Bush was the one, with and then you had, of course, you had Fannie Willis who was doing these exotic trips, and and then you had security. So it's like, look, man, mess around, you're gonna get caught. F around, you're gonna get caught. This is
Cori
an
Bush
interesting,
hired her husband for security and had no experience in it.
yeah, and paid a lot of money.
No licensing, no nothing.
Now she's
But
yelling, and this now the very same person who hired security, her husband, that paid him the money, was the very same person that lobbied to eliminate police.
yeah,
Does that make
yeah.
any sense, Jeff? Well, you needed personal protection, but screw the voters. I mean, this is bizarre to me. Well, that's not bizarre. It's right in sync there. So there you go.
Everyone got Morton Bay.
Oh, okay. Got the Morton Bay box. He came down with it, Jeff. That sounds so funny.
Don't forget about the Zuckerberg drop boxes,
Correct.
complete election interference, because that was the whole thing. Is they were stuffing ballot boxes, and instead of ballot boxes, there are these drop boxes, and they're just, man, the whole thing was so it was so irregular. I don't see it happening again in the next cycle, but too many people sat silent. They didn't, it's crazy. So I mean, that's a big part of it.
That's a big
Here,
part of it.
man, we got to play this one. I'm trying to see how I can put this up because it goes so quick.
Is it the thing? I have it here. I downloaded it.
No, the thing.
Yeah, I have it right
This
here.
one. You got
Yep.
that one?
Let's
Play
listen
that
to it.
one, because that one's like a really solid,
Let's
important
listen to
video.
this. This is good.
Worries me the most about the United States in general is when otherwise free people become convinced that the primary way to adjudicate problems is through government action. The moment you've decided, I don't go to my neighbor and solve this on our own, or the moment you've decided that we don't settle this within the marketplace, that the way we solve this is by getting a law passed at the expense of somebody else for my benefit, and we use violence to achieve it, the moment that becomes the norm within a society, you will abandon freedom for control of power. Because if that becomes the primary way that we solve our differences, then we will fight horribly and mercilessly against people that we used to care about in order to control that mechanism. And that's what I'm worried about. The thing that worries me.
So right, Jeff. He's spot on.
Yeah, he's spot on. And we've seen examples of that now for the past 3+ years and beyond. James Carville, he was a strategist for an advisor for Bill Clinton. There was a lot of corruption with that individual, but James Carville came out recently and said that you need to step on Trump's throat, squeeze and turn your boot, or something along those lines. These leftists are always advocating for violence and vicious violence, and we saw that over the past 3.5 years, how they've called out such violent rhetoric. And then when all that stuff happened, they created the violence, created the images that we saw on the streets. They created it. They were behind it. And then come January 6th, and they knew this was kind of leading up to this moment, then they can take all those graphic images that are emblazoned in people's memories, and they say, look at the insurrection that just happened. Look how violent that was. Now, we just saw the cities burning and chaos and violence and police being attacked, government buildings being attacked, churches being burned, monuments in DC being torn down, attacks on the police, bottle rockets shot at the police in Portland, in Seattle, in all over the country, in DC, all over. So all that stuff happened for 3.5 years, and then all of a sudden January 6th happens, and they take all of that imagery that people have internalized, and they focus all that attention. They did a phenomenal job. I have to say, the corruption and that what they created over 3.5 years with the violent rhetoric, and they target it and they say little things, and it seeps into your mind and it seeps into their followers' minds. And then there you go. And this is something they created, the
Right.
narrative, the
Well, Jeff,
fictitious narrative. It's insane, and the whole thing with Russia, the whole Russia hoax, and now Russia again being the big bad enemy. Russia was nothing. They were on the ropes, and then they recreated the enemy, and they pushed them to the forefront.
yeah, and if Russia wanted to go into
Right.
Ukraine, it would be like flipping a switch and it would be over.
Be over.
That's it. I
It'd
mean,
be
you want
over.
restraint? That was a restraint. And Jeff, let me remind everybody that James Carville in 1992 coined the phrase, "It's the economy, stupid." And that's
Yep.
exactly why his candidate with the boot off the throat will be defeated, because it's the economy, stupid. That's when Bill Clinton came in, defeated George H. Bush in '93 when he became president. And now it's the economy, stupid. And you'll be having that phrase shoved right up your where the sun doesn't shine is what I'm talking about right there. So that's what's going to happen right there.
Crypto, and none of them are pro crypto. That's the whole point. So, YouTube followers, people listening, the leftist agenda is anti-crypto. If you're passionate about crypto, the leftist agenda is anti-crypto. If
Yeah.
you're a leftist, if you're a blue team member, they are against cryptocurrency. They don't like XRP. They don't like Bitcoin. They don't like decentralized finance. They don't like anything that you're passionate about. To Ripple, that's creating this narrative, your leftist politicians don't support what you're doing. But maybe they do in Ripple because they want to coalesce it all into one corporation. I don't know. But to the voters out there, whichever country you're in, if you adhere to leftist ideology, they don't support cryptocurrency. They don't like it. They see it as a consolidation of power back into the hands of the people, and their agenda is consolidation back into the hands of the few, not the people. So that's a wake up call to me. That's a big issue. It's time to separate ourselves from the corruptive nature of those types of politics.
Yeah, and you know who else? So Fannie Willis is the one that's prosecuting Trump in Atlanta, right? And this
Yep.
and it's another ridiculous case. They're all ridiculous. They're all going to lose on appeal and badly. And I hope that they get their license, their law license revoked. But here's another one. So Fannie Willis, now she's been caught on tape, Jeff, to firing a whistleblower that was exposing her for misusing funds.
Hmm.
Like, that's not a good look right there. So let's listen to this. I mean, it's like, I didn't do that. That's your voice. It's like, here we
Give me
go.
a sentence. What is the sentence theme?
Once I told him about his, respectfully and in an email, about his lack of leadership and the fact that he wanted to do things with grants that were impossible. And I kept telling him, like, we can't do that, and questioning stuff. He would take me off projects, tell people I wasn't doing what I was supposed to because I questioned him. Because I understood, I helped write that grant. I knew what was in that grant. He told everybody in front of Crystal, Deontay, everybody, we're going to get MacBooks, we're going to do that, we're going to get swag, we're going to use it for travel. I said, you cannot do that. It's a very, very specific grant. Took me off. I questioned Junior DA. There's kids in there from out of the county, all this. Took me off Junior DA. I did not want to do it. He made it look as if I wasn't doing what I needed to do because I questioned him. Because I knew for a fact Mr. Cuffey respectfully did not know what he was doing. Period.
So I respect that is your assessment. It was clear to me that you and Mr. Cuffey were not getting along. And I'm not saying that your assessment is wrong. I want you to really listen to the words I'm saying.
Cuffey, and this is my personal opinion, to one woman to another, is dangerous to your administration. He tells people, when I reached out to you, he told me, you think your word is safe? Exactly when you reached out to Miss Willis, she called me and told me, she tell me everything. So once you reach out to her, she's going to reach back out to me. So I didn't even go to HR because he put Dexter's name on my PDP, and I didn't even feel safe going to anybody.
Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 supervisors that have failed in this building. What's interesting to me, because I'm in a learning curve too, they each pretend to have a relationship with me that they do not have. I guess that's an intimidation tactic. I'm sorry that you felt that way, but Dexter certainly don't have no relationship with Michael Cuffey. You were safe to go those places.
Jeez, I mean, ouch, Jeff. I mean, whoops. So a lot of things that not only that, so that's one thing, and then there's the other part of where there was like $700,000 funneled, and then somebody has the receipts from the cruises that she went on and the
He's gone.
extravagant vacations that she went on. You pay this guy, and we were having a romantic thing. We go out together. I guess nobody would ever find out about that, right, Jeff? So it's
Nope.
it's a little crazy.
Nobody cares about the receipts. She's going down. But Jim D, face it, guys. All the Democrats and constitutional Republicans are fake. The Hollywood actors and media orgs are propaganda orgs for the deep state. I disagree with the assessment of constitutional Republicans. So take the constitutional part out. If you want to just talk about this, the traditional kind of establishment Republican GOP, but the constitutional conservative Republicans are the only ones that are looking out to save the country. Hence, constitutional. That would be my assessment.
It's a good assessment, Jeff. I'm kind of with you on that, but I understand your point. It's why I've been independent for a long time. People always calling me, like swearing at me, calling me a Republican. I'm like, no, man, not this guy. Never, no way. But you can call yourself. People go like, I'm a libertarian. I'm like, okay, so you're a leftist that maybe has some. You're basically you're RFK, right? You're Robert F. Kennedy. It's
RFK.
Everyone's like RFK. I'm like, look, aside from the vaccines and aside from a couple other things, he's lockstep with Biden. He's the same guy. He just has a more eloquent way of speaking. But Barack Obama was that guy too. Barack Obama had a personality and and he was vibrant when he spoke. People listened because he was good. You know what I mean, Jeff?
Tundiki, Jacob's Ladder. Man, it's so good to see Jacob's Ladder tuning in. Jacob's Ladder goes like way back, like way back, like one of the first way backs.
Early days, right?
Like way back. It's like the Wayback Machine.
I love the Wayback Machine.
Wayback, is it still around? Wayback Machine was awesome.
Of course it is, man.
Is it? Looked it up for.
Yeah, it's still there, Jeff. It's been around for a long time, man. It doesn't go anywhere.
Dude, it's amazing. I don't know how they do it. How do they archive that much stuff?
I don't know, Jeff, but I'll show this right here. This is kind of a sad thing to happen today. I was kind of surprised by it, but all I can tell you, Jeff, is it happens sometimes. What are you going to do? Look at this story right here. Elmo dies of myocarditis after receiving the COVID vaccine, Jeff. Please tell me it's not true. I mean, not Elmo. Elmo, it's Elmo. Gosh, I wish I could have done that voice. I gotta get paid handsomely, Jeff. Damn Elmo. What a weird thing. And the guy that did it, I thought it was, I don't know who thought did it, but it was just who knows?
J Auto time travel. There you go. The Wayback Machine is awesome. Smash some like, oh man, that's what I was thinking too. Mark Smithson hit it on
Patrick.
Patrick. He went to jail too, and he did so many bad things in Detroit. He had a party at the Manugi, whatever it is. What is that mansion? The something mansion.
Yeah,
the Manugi, something like that in Detroit. That's where the mayor's mansion. They had prostitutes there. They had all sorts of stuff going on, and then he would show up. He'd have reporters question him, and then he had like bodyguards come out, like Manugian, right? I don't know, the Manugian man. Man, that was crazy. That was awesome. And then he went down hard. He went down.
Yeah, Kwame Kilpatrick, and he. But you know who never went down? He was mayor for like 30 years, and you know him. The mayor, he was like mayor of Detroit for 30 years.
That was hang on.
Jeff, you can get it. Smithson knows who it is.
Hang on. Don't say it. I don't know why. He kind of caught me off guard. Let me think about it.
If I didn't ask you about it, you would know exactly who it was.
Damn it. Why can't I think of it?
On
Blanking
Jeff,
out. You can't think of it.
you know
But he had
it.
a
It's right on,
child. lock.
it's right on the tip of your tongue. Coleman Young, baby.
Coleman Young. Yeah, there we
Coleman
go.
Young. That was another one. I don't think he ever
That
did
was
time.
started
Holy
the
shit.
corruption.
Coleman Young, he was something, huh?
Coleman Young, man. Detroit politics. Gotta love it. Mark Smithson, Detroit politics. That's how it goes.
Well, let's
Yeah.
run through some of
Chip,
these.
when you were in Detroit, did they have the warehouse district downtown
Of course.
along the kind of near the riverfront, but it was
Yeah.
a little bit further, and they had some cool bars down there. Then they were going to put a casino down there. They tore it all down, and that was the end of the warehouse district.
That was the end. It was like,
Because it was there when I moved there. So I moved there in 94, and that's when I would go out down there. 94, 95, there was the warehouse district.
right. Did you hear this, Jeff? California becomes the first state to ban heterosexual marriage. I was a little bit shocked. I wasn't ready for that one. And then how about this story right here? Look at this. Ted Cruz grows out the mutton chops in preparation for a civil
Oh my
war.
God, that's awesome. That
mean,
is so funny.
How great does he look with mutton chops, Jeff?
Yeah.
I do say there, good lady. I'll see you in a good fortnight as we break down the mansion as we prepare for the Civil War.
What
Why did it look like that back then, Jeff? Like, even like in this, you watch a movie from the 40s, like, yeah, see, everything's going on, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm like, it was only 60, 70 years ago. I mean, like, why did they talk like completely weird and different? It's very strange.
different.
I've never seen anybody like current or like going back 200 years that looked as good as Ted Cruz and mutton chops. That is a serious.
He's ready for the Wayback Machine. Let's send him back.
Yeah, he's like, dude, look at that look, man. That's like solid.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then
It's got
the Supreme Court rules that Texas must replace barbed wire with a giant red carpet. Come on in. Come on in. I mean, it's all good. Yeah, then we had this one. Hours after Hillary condemns the Barbie snub, Oscar statue found dead in apparent suicide. It's just hanging right there. And then finally, we got a laid off LA Times reporter sits on street corner with a sign reading, "We'll call you racist for food." The Babylon Bee is the best. I chuckle at everything, Jeff. It's so funny.
Steve
Really.
Willits just hit the like button and didn't turn into a Biden supporter. You two could do the same. That's right.
That's good.
Hit the like button. The thumbs up, like it.
This is
Like
one-
it.
This is the other one I was looking
Jacob Blatter said the Constitution look. That's
Jeff, look at
Constitution look.
Look at this one here. This is a Texan who's been waiting for this moment his whole life. Look at that. Look at that arsenal in the background, Jeff. He can't wait. He's like, I've been waiting for this my whole entire life. Let's go, Texas. Don't mess with, as they say, Jeff, don't mess with Texas. But
Looks like he's
anyway,
in the
guys,
country.
that's all we have for you guys tonight. A low turnout tonight. Very strange. Very weird. Probably the
We
alert
got
bingo.
other people over there on Rumble.
The Rumblers. I love the Rumblers.
Rumblers. We got Rumble,
So to talk about
Big.
tonight as well.
Large,
Chose to be here. Thank you very much.
Rumble,
Look,
and the
Rumbler.
wave of innovation. We talked about the wave of innovation. Gold Coast 2024. Chip and I will be there as the MCs of the event, which is going to be a lot of fun. Not sure how we're going to dress. It might be t-shirt casual. It might be
Wear a jacket,
suit
Jeff.
and bow tie. It might be tuxedo. Might be suit and t-shirt. Might be jeans, jacket, and t-shirt.
I think we should
Or
rock
like
some
shorts and
ties.
t-shirt. What's that?
We should rock some bow ties.
Without just like a t-shirt and a bow tie.
That's weird. History of the two dumbest MCs in the history of a horrible job.
Getting bow tie.
I'm gonna grow out some mutton chops. See if I can get some mutton chops going with that.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We should
Grow mutton chops, Jeff. Mutton
I'll
chops.
be like, why did we invite Chip and Jeff? Look at these guys.
Why is to be the question? Why? Why did it
I'm gonna
happen?
come out. I'm gonna get some blonde hair before I get there.
Yeah,
Be matching.
be great. Let's do it. I love it, man. All right, that's all the time we have, guys. We will see you guys on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Be there. Be there early.
Be there and yeah, definitely be there. It's going to be a good event. Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on both YouTube and Rumble. We're here on YouTube because we got to shout out the XRP Gold Coast because that's where we're going to be.
Damn right we're going to be there. It's going to be a blast too. And I just want to know who's coming, man. I want some confirmation. Let's go. Especially our Aussie friends. Who's going there, man?
That'd be awesome.
I know Mr. K is going to be there. It's going to be good. You know, I have to talk to Oz Crypto. I haven't talked to him in forever, but I want to see if he's going to be going there too. Let's see what's going on there.
I know it's a big island, you know, but we got to figure that out.
Yeah, it's more of a Jeff's not really.
Budgie smugglers and mud crabs. What's that?
I don't know what a budgie smuggler is. That must be. There's so much. The thing is, there's so much Aussie slang that I just can't. I mean, when Waza was on here, I was like, dude, I don't know what he's talking about half the time. It was like it was just like wow. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, a lot of slang. We have slang, but I don't think our slang is even half as cool as like the Aussie slang. It's deep, man.
Like, gonna come back speaking a different language.
I had dinner with Matt LaRoche and Ali G. It was like they were like dropping this slang. I'm like, guys, you got to define this for me. I don't know. Sometimes you kind of have an idea of it, like where you're going with it, but I'm like, I'm lost. I have no idea. Whoosh, over the head, did not get it.
Bow ties and speedos, perfect.
Okay, that's much better. Yeah, well, that's not happening either. So
bow tie speedos.
there you go. There we go. And that's all we got, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff.
Oh.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.